destination is the coastal town of Sapienza, also known as the Jewel of the Amalfi Coast. Your target is a former client of ours, Silvio Caruso, a brilliant but troubled bioengineer employed by the Ether Biotech Corporation. Renowned for his early stem cell research, Caruso is now reportedly working on a far more disturbing project, a DNA-specific virus able to infect anyone, anywhere in the world. Imagine a bullet, fired in any direction, passing through countless bodies without inflicting harm, invisible and undetectable until it strikes its target. A world of armchair assassins killing with impunity. This is what awaits us, unless Caruso is stopped. Our client, one of Ether's major private stockholders, wants the project cancelled on ethical grounds, but without destroying the company in the process. She has asked us to eliminate Silvio Caruso and destroy the yet unfinished virus prototype. You will also need to deal with Caruso's lab head, Francesca DeSantis, a high-level Ether employee and cutthroat corporate climber who holds intimate knowledge of Caruso's research and could potentially carry on in his place. This is no ordinary contract, 47. Caruso's virus is a serious threat to our craft and trade, not to mention our core ideals. So failure is not an option. I'll leave you to prepare.
Hello and welcome to the Rivals World Championships 2022. So we have a Group D game between Pinuer, picking Sapienza, and Dakar, picking Paris, of course. Dakar, look at this, 6-time RR champion. You know, he's won a lot. You know, I think he won every single RR from RR1 to RR7. Just missing out on RR2 and WCs in between. You know, console players have had some competition now. You know, with the likes of Fanium, Buff, Medi recently as well, really promising controller players. So, you know, Dakar might not be winning any more of them, but he has had tough times to practice, and hopefully you see something of his former self today in this performance. I'm really hoping for a good old Dakar performance, something we're used to. Pinuer, son as always, returning rival on PC, of course, so I'll assume you'll have quicker loads. Great times match admin. But picks Sapienza, might be a comfort map here. Not a lot you can pick against Dakar that he's bad at, but our first spin will be here, and it will be Silvio Caruso, electrocution as mansion security. Franny DeSantis, circumcision knife as the housekeeper. You need one at RR. Yes, I mean, I think it was like RR2 or something. You need one.
Prepare yourself. Duel starts in 10
and yeah, it's an interesting spin. We see what was the record, 442. It could be Reki. It could easily be Reki here. Dakar, look, straight in, loading, straight in. Quick plan there. You don't need much relief for this spin. It's pretty self-explanatory, really. You know, with what the spin wants, and oh, Pinuer. The quality is unmatchable. Home audio for. Oh, is it? Probably just a bit above. Let's just refresh Pinuer before he loads in properly. Here's a quick spin in DVGC Dakar load in. As the kitchen assistant does make a lot of sense. Look how much of Pinuer we missed out because he buffered once. Let's have some Dakar audio, eh? You always like some Dakar audio. And Pinuer's buffering, so you get on my nerves in a minute. I have a short patience. So you see the differences right away. Right off the bat, Dakar here starting as a housekeeper. Not as a housekeeper. The kitchen staff. The German internet poker, true. Pinuer starting in the safe house. Now, wow. Now we see Pinuer going upstairs here. We'll go up the pipe, getting outside. No, he'll go to the circumcision knife first. So he has that. We'll go up the stairs shortly. Now he's on low latency mode. As he's just heading up the stairs. Now, arguably you could shoot the panel now. You could easily do that quick isolation onto Franny. I think that would be better. Yeah, exactly. But I do think this is the quicker way. You can do that quick isolation onto Franny at the 120 mark. Shoot the panel beforehand. So Silvio comes over right away, so you can get that right off the bat. That's interesting. Dakar wouldn't be opting for that free disguise. The free housekeeper that is up here. Interesting in my opinion. We'll come out onto the balcony here. Ain't trespassing. We'll do this little quick isolation onto Franny. Already has collected the circumcision knife. Pinuer As a circumcision. Does he have, yeah, he does. I think both players bring up the circumcision knife. Ducker might not have, but I would have imagined he has. So it's going to be interesting what Ducker does there. Waiting for Franny's guys to come outside. Will Trank one of them? No, he won't. He will go against it. We'll get a gun flash onto one of them. Not locked down yet. It's fine. We'll trank him now. Saveable here. Shouldn't go red. Doesn't. Is. But he found. Is trespassing. Eventually is trespassing. Can't get the knockout off. Eventually in Pinuer's hands now. Playing it safe. Waiting for Franny. At to whatever mark, 220-ish mark. Have to be a bit careful, you know. Has a sniper on his back. We know what the gun flashes can do, causing Ducker a bit of problems there. So hopefully, doesn't fall into the same category with the gun flash Pinuer. You have to be a bit patient while waiting for Franny in her position. Pinuer will get easy gun flash probably. You know, these guards are just different breeds. He ain't moving. Does eventually wait for him to move. No gun flash. Good indeed. Does get the kill off. Can just box Franny right away. Good little kill there from Pinuer. Has a sniper, so doesn't need to pick up the key card now. Just needs a Silvio kill. Pretty simple, so to say. Should just be a simple seeker onto him. Mansion guard is always good. Yeah, the live kill, the melee kill. 420's dreamland right now. He will have a seeker for Silvio here. Silvio here, I would imagine. No, he will. No, he won't. He will just trank the two guards. And then throw the taser at Silvio. So interesting approach here. It will be a bit of a drag, but you know, possibly be safer. So to argue, you know. Could definitely be safer in some eyes. So yeah. Good stuff there from Pinuer. Now, I hope I can make out that he is dragging Silvio. Just about. And actually could get record, but I think it's fading away. We see the record's what, 440 something by Papier. We're approaching that mark. We're 20 seconds away, so you have to be quick if he wants that record, but I don't think it will come. I think Ducker had the right idea for the quicker strat there, but unfortunately not the best. I need to try and make out this Silvio kill. Still is in the housekeeper disguise. I can't see a thing. We'll swap into the security disguise there. We'll get the kill. Just about. I can't just make that out. So I would say that is a good. It's just cards at this point. True. That will shoot over the door here. Pinuer, really impressive on our first map here, going down into the caves. It would have been interesting if Ducker didn't have that restart. What would have happened? Pinuer just a simple distraction shot there onto the Biolab security, and he will knock him out. Good stuff. Won't bother boxing him. He doesn't really need to. He will just snipe the virus here. Pinuer eyeing up an early lead in our first map here. What a start this would to be. Does snipe the virus, does then stand still. It's fantastic. Does get the careful drop. It's trespassing, but should be fine. We see the finish come through on the overlay. Pinuer, a shock lead. So to say on our first map here, Sapienza. Wow, what a start that is from Pinuer. I said Papier. Wow, we're talking about records here. It is just a bit too late. Finished in a 5 minutes 22 RTA. Wow, what a start that is from Pinuer there. Just doing good old admin duties here. We will have Paris as our next map, picked by Ducker. But I'm sure Pinuer is very happy with that start. Very clean first run. Indeed it was. And he'll be hoping to, I'm sure, to carry that into our next map. Sorry you heard that. My mistake. I should really just mute my desktop audio when I'm playing. When I'm admin as well, so you didn't hear that. But I did see the second kill. I did see it, so I can as an admin verify that. But yeah, just about made it out. We go to a short break here before heading to our second map, Paris, picked by Ducker.
Good evening, 47. Your destination is the Paris Fashion Show by Sanguine, one of Europe's leading couture brands. Your targets are Sanguine owner Viktor Novikov, a former oligarch turned fashion mogul, and his partner Dalia Margolis, a retired supermodel, an iconic power couple on the global fashion scene, and two of the most dangerous people in the world. Novikov and Margolis are in fact the ringleaders of Iago, an enigmatic spy ring that deals in the global elite's most valuable secrets, unscrupulous, and opportunistic. Iago has caused disastrous security leaks all over the globe. When Crimean separatists caused a deadly meltdown at the Odessa nuclear power plant, Iago gave them access to the plant's security network. And when the Delgado drug cartel shot down the plane of President Hernandez and his family, Iago provided the classified flight plans. Now Novikov and Margolis have obtained a knock list of British undercover agents, which they plan to sell at a secret Iago auction during the Sanguine show. So our client, MI6, need us to stop the ringleaders before the knock list ends up in the wrong hands. The Sanguine show will be swarming with security, and Viktor Novikov will be the focus of everyone's attention. But despite his posturing, he is merely the money man. The real target is Dalia Margolis. Beautiful and brilliant, she is a master manipulator and the true brains behind Iago. 2 targets, a highly public event. At first glance, an impossible task. Then again, I do know how you love a challenge. I will leave you to prepare.
So yeah, welcome back here. Paris, picked by Duck will be our next map. I will just put out the predictions quickly. A bank for people to pick Pinuer. Didn't really expect that from Ducker, but look, we see these stats from Ducker on Paris. You know, he's been here a total of 18 times, won 13, lost 4, was tied once, and that tie was a photo finish tie against Soviet Dubov. You know, there's not much wrong with that in a photo finish, especially with the console loads we do see. So, and yeah, we do. I want a quick record spin. Personally, just to see Faden's record broken, but but here we are. Who knows what we're going to get? I know, but everyone else don't, so that's going to be good. I'm going to quickly just create the next prediction here. We only have 30 seconds. Only 30 seconds, there you go. Right, put your points in. Who do you think is going to win Paris? The stats will favour Ducker, but Pinuer potentially taking momentum from that first map could sway in his favour here. And for sure, definitely going to be a very interesting map here. The approach from both players is always going to be an interesting one. Us being coming in 15 seconds, I would assume. Standardly, we'll see a tech crew start normally. It's pretty standard on Paris. Bomb launch, please. Bomb launch for what? Perhaps. We don't know. But yeah, our Paris spin will be coming through, and it will be Viktor Novikov. Sabre as the auction staff. And Dalia Margolis. Assault rifle as the tech crew. Now, this is a quick one. It seems to be a quick one, doesn't it? I'm not much of an expert on Paris, but it does seem quick. The Sabre, of course, being down in the dressing room around there. I think, I'd like to hope, can someone in chat please confirm. The assault rifle is a bit out of the way. Perhaps we could see an assault rifle snipe. Not like about average. Okay, yeah, I'm not a Paris expert. Duck alone in writing there. Knows what he's doing, a quick plan. The ground shooting things only roll around 25 seconds. That's always good to see, of course. I'm going to take into account a bit of stream delay. We have to. With Pinuer, who knows how much stream delay I've got. It could be done by now and we wouldn't know. But yeah, Darker is just loading in here. I am taking my admin duties a bit carefully in timing pre-plans. The plans during the game. Ducker there, loading for a total of 28 seconds right off the bat. We love old gen consoles, don't we? We love them dearly. We'll get an initial distraction shot onto Novikov and then a guard around that area. So Ducker will have a quick isolation onto Novikov. Of course, the auction staff is nearby. Not much challenging there. We'll save the fireworks remote here. Perhaps go for AR snipe. I would love it. I would love it. Fast they go loud start, yeah indeed, but you wanna go safe, wouldn't you? It would make sense there, but Ducker with a quick isolation onto Novikov. It's going straight down to the Sabre, it seems. We'll need a guard disguise, of course, to carry it, or just going for his assault rifle as well, which of course is stashed in the basement stairwell. Good stuff there. Going back up to Victor, might just drop off his assault rifle while he waits. Pinuer with red guns from Victor, of course, but it's not that bad. Does shoot at the camera. Console aim true. Yeah, but Ducker can aim on console, yeah. Eyes from Ducker as well, actually. He will drop his assault rifle by Victor there to leave up space in his briefcase to take the saber. That's a nice little bit of knowledge there from Ducker. Using that, we'll get a bit of impact onto the glass there to grab the saber, but it's all fine. He can just pick one up here and slot one into his briefcase. It's amazing how something like that fits. We'll alert a guard, but it's all fine, it's all good. We'll make his way up the stairs now. Dims is in Pinuer here. He's going right for his assault rifle first, which is stashed in the shed. No, stashed in the stairwell as well. It's really interesting to see his different approaches and movements around the map. Ducker will go knockout onto the auction starters. That guy is a bit of a pain to grab here, but he will wait, do a first knockout eventually. He will knock out this guy on the balcony. He has some risk of being spotted doing this, but now he's all fine to do that indeed. Nice isolation there from Ducker. We'll have this Victor kill done very shortly. Good stuff indeed. Now just needs, he has his assault rifle, the tech crew nearby as well. Snipe perhaps, still has the fireworks remote. You know, I'm getting a little bit excited here. Ooh. What we gonna see from Ducker swapping back into the tech crew disguise. We'll pull out his fireworks remote. When's he get detonated? That's the question. Dahlia seems to be in the Voltaire suite, I would assume, from her position, from Ducker's instinct. So it'll take a bit of time here to come outside. Ducker doing a throw distraction down here to get the guard on the balcony moving down. I'm getting a little bit excited by the second here. Still has to hit the shot. It's not at all a GG yet. He still has to hit the shot. That is where some risks will come into play. A lockdown on Dahlia. You know, spotted through the doors, something could go wrong here. Pinuer with a assault right from the back, going up to Dahlia. So it could be close between the two here. Ducker though, with a nice 30-second lead. Pinuer eventually does shut the door. Is found! Spotted by the guard, the Society bodyguard turning around Ducker. Not going for the assault rifle snipe. We'll just doing a safe strat here, shutting the door on Dahlia. After a couple of presses, have to wait a little bit. Come on, shut the door. We'll get it off and we'll just put a bullet into Dahlia's head. All good indeed. We'll bully shot a guard down here as well, so we can have a nice free exit there. Everyone's booing Ducker. Oh, what it could have been, eh? What it could have been. But Ducker playing it safe there. The right strat, I would assume, you know, Dahlia snipes with an assault rifle. Can go wrong on console aim. But does get to the exit there. Ducker, a quick Paris. 5 minutes RTA on the clock. In fact, 4 minutes 54 seconds. We'll be taking Paris here. Good stuff indeed. And we will see our final map. Going through season 1 here. Unfortunately more Sapienza than Paris. It would have been nice if it was the other way round. We will have Marrakesh as our map 3 here, so we'll go to a short break before having our map 3, Marrakesh.
Good afternoon, 47. Your destination is Marrakesh, Morocco, where civil riots are looming. Your targets are private banker Klaus Strandberg and Army General Reza Zaidan, 2 of the conspirators in a sinister plot to overthrow Morocco's fragile government. Strandberg, a former bank CEO who stole billions of dollars worth of savings from the Moroccan people, was facing trial for investment fraud. But early this morning, a band of heavily armed mercenaries freed Strandberg from his prison transport, resulting in the death of several police officers. Strandberg now takes refuge at his native Swedish consulate, in front of which crowds of angry protesters have gathered, demanding his handover to Moroccan authorities. We believe General Zaidan orchestrated Strandberg's escape to infuriate the public and spark nationwide riots, allowing Zaidan to impose martial law. Operating out of a field HQ at a nearby abandoned school, he will no doubt use the riots to depict the Rabat government as weak and inept, and persuade the general staff to support a fully fledged military coup in the name of national security. Our client, building contractor Hamilton Lowe, who stands to lose a fortune in government contracts, has hired us to prevent the coup d'etat. To do so, you need to paralyze Zaidan's rebel forces and prevent the riots from escalating further, hence the double contract. This is quite the political powder keg, 47, so be careful. The fate of a nation is at stake. I will leave you to prepare.
So welcome back here, Marrakesh. We'll be on map 3. Oh, we've lost Pinuer. Oh no. Marrakesh will be our map 3. We just see the lifetime performances real quick. So let me just pin your stream has gone down. Yeah, I just done that. And I like Marrakesh. I really do. I do the prediction now. They are. I was just waiting a little bit. I'm on it. I'm on it. It is a nice little map, Marrakesh. We do look at the stats here. Pinuer been here 3 times. Hasn't completed a spin yet. But it's all good. Dakar has been here triple the times. It's been here 9 times. The square amount of times Pinuer has. Look at me. I had maths last lesson today. I'm on the ball with my maths knowledge. It was fantastic. Solving quadratics. How fun that was on a Monday afternoon. Oh, loved every second of it. Yeah, Dakar has been here 9 times. Winning 6, losing 3. So it's 66.7% win rate there. Hopefully, he'll looking to be extending that to 70% if he can win today. Taking our first tiebreaker, of course, of RRWC22 on Marrakesh after Sapiens and Paris. Get into the specifics now, Observer. Come on. Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. It's another long-standing RR record, this too, so to say. 438 by Chris' 3 set last year. Gonna be a little bit interesting. Pinuer hopefully typing now, realizes his stream is down. It still is. Just asking if he needs a delay. You don't want him missing out on the spin. But yeah, be interesting here what both players' approaches are. You have your approaches on Marrakesh, depending on what the spin is. A little bit of knowledge all around the place can definitely help on Marrakesh. And I want to see a spin, you know, that might go something out of the ordinary, whether or not that's Cherry Blossom onto Razor. Everyone knows I'm a huge advocate for lockdown cloud strats. I love it. I love it so much. We'll just have a quick delay here. Give him 2 minutes. Ah, where are you at? Oh no, I'm spelling people's names wrong as well. I'm typing too quickly for my own good. Happens all the time now. You've got 2 more minutes of my voice here. Wow, talking about Marrakesh, the lockdown cloud strat. Let's just go into detail. Typically see a weight start, a suit start in the conscious parking, a handyman start. You're up to class and you just shoot the window, you lock him down, and he runs all the way to Razor's place, and he sits down on the bench if Razor is knocked out or killed. That's the important thing. You do need Razor knocked out or killed for it to fully work if you want to isolate him in the safest manner. Of course, you can get Klaus as he's coming into the school around that corner by the shoe shop that way through. Always a little interesting way if you can try and get Klaus there. I don't think it does or can speed it up. But yeah, like, I love the lockdown Klaus strat. It is such a nice strat, you know. It's just going to be interesting. I'll just keep adding a minute now every time Pinuer's on. I'm going to give him a nice little bit to actually get back up and running. So if he gets to 30 seconds, I'll just give him another one. Another thing I want to see on now, I think this is crucial on Marrakesh. I really do. A pistol we basically always see on Marrakesh. I think it's almost a given to have a Marrakesh pistol. I really do. I think it's one of the most undervalued items on Marrakesh, purely because of the fact that you can go through the garage, shooting the red hat, and you can pick up the constant key card and the truck keys. It's so good. Having the pistol to just body shot that red hat, to grab the truck keys. The truck keys are so good to have if you're going to kill Razor last, because you have a very close exit instead of having to go to main. You know, it is so good. I want to see it used more instead of people just going and freezing their own explosives. Just that body shot onto the one red hat. Sometimes you get combat, but if you learn where to shoot properly, it's all good. It's all fine. And we'll see our Marrakesh spin now. But we Razor it on. Next up is the local printing crew. Klaus Strandberg. Scissors as the bodyguard. Now, I can't see anything special for this spin. I would suggest I would think we'll just wait to start with a seeker onto the bodyguard, or even a main start, a food vendor start. Something for that quick bodyguard grab. Of course, the scissors close around in the carpet shop area by the stash. There's one there, if needs be. The ducker loading straight in. Pretty good. No planning needed at all. And as I say, there is no pistol brought in by Pinuer. I don't think. I think you see the seeker and the trank. Oh, how I'm talking out my arse. Ducker starting as the elite soldier. I like this a little bit. Might be going for a goal seeker strat here. I didn't mention that, but you can get Razor even going to the shisha bathroom or the consular one if you do seeker this guard here and then once a Razor. It is actually a very nice strat to use and potentially could cause this to be a record, but does get a missed seek shot here. You might be a bit closer timing onto the Klaus mark if you go try and get the bodyguard first. That could be my one concern. But you could easily isolate Klaus first if you wanted to, then come back here. Definitely going to be very interesting. Interessante, indeed. The Razor kill ain't challenging at all. The next snap and the print, that is allowed. Of course, in the school. No worry in that regard. And Pinuer with an early grab here onto the bodyguards, guys. Ducker's going to do a seekless bodyguard. I guess that would just be a chain lure into the shisha bathroom. Would be my guess. This is something we see often. He's going to be doing honeycomb here though, to save him that time and that pressure of getting to Klaus first cycle, which can be causing some issues sometimes. We'll pick up the truck keys here. Interesting, pick up the truck keys. He has a domestic device. Okay. Boring. Nah, it's all fine. But we're knocking out the elite soldier here. All good stuff. All good indeed. And Pinuer now making his way into the consulate parking garage. Could potentially be close between the pair of them here. I would favour Ducker in this photo finish heavily at the moment if it was to occur. Had them two very long restarts. We'll knock out these two here. Sometimes might not need to, but it just makes the world an easier place. And it's just habit really. In this, we'll have the doors, the garage blown open. Still raise the secret and honey go. Oh well, you've never watched a Chris X3 game on Marrakesh, have you? Pinuer though, nice time here on Klaus. Have to try and maybe do a bit of a double lure here, but it should be comfortable to actually just knock out this security first. And Ducker will knock out Razor now as he leaves the school. Good stuff. We'll be able to come back here for the lower printing crew. Possibly why he actually picked up them truck keys again to get the kill here for that closer exits. These time consumers, yeah, the printing crew not so much, but it is far away, which does make it a little bit time consuming. Pinuer now with a chain lure onto Klaus. Does he get off? Of course he does. The goat gets off the chain lure, has scissors, and will throw them back into the head of Klaus. Not a silent attack. Boo. Won't hide Klaus. Can just leave him out in here. We see him hidden so often. Out of pure habit, I'd so to say, but it's all good here. Ducker trying to get chain lure off here onto the bodyguard. He doesn't hear it. We'll just drop the gas device. All good. I don't know. It's really hard to tell the difference between these strats here. Pinuer will just have something as simple as a trank onto a printing crew. That's Pinuer. That Pinuer is as simple as literally just a trank onto a printing crew. Yes, it can be a bit on the harder side to get the trank off. There's some eyes around there, but if you play it right, it's all good. And of course, you can run right through the gates. It's not like you have to go up through the headmasters. You don't have to blow up a motorbike to get in. You can just run right through. Ducker now with the bodyguard disguise, and I would have to favour Pinuer here at the moment. I really would, because Ducker's going to have to run all the way. He's going to have to knock out people in the garage. He's still going to have to get to Klaus, which could be on the harder end of things here. It's not exactly a given free isolation, this honeycomb malarkey, as I call it. But Pinuer now approaching the local printing crews. We'll put up some coins on route, perhaps to use as a thing here. We'll have his No, he won't. He will do a distraction. Does this distract a printing crew? No, this will just distract a soldier. Interesting to see what we'll see. But where's Ducker going? Ducker's going into the shoe shop. We'll snare off these two guards here. So this is the way he is going to get through to Klaus. Perhaps he sees this easier other than going through the parking garage. Might just nab a disguise here. No. Ooh, I don't think he'll want that. He will not want the sound to be heard. Now, the best thing for Ducker to do here is just swap into an elite soldier and drop an item for him. That's the best thing Ducker could do here to try and save something. Pinuer does get a risky trank. I think that is onto a printing crew, but it works fine. Ducker's going to have to try and do something here. He's dragging these bodies. It ain't going to work well. We'll swap into the soldier. And I think now he has realized that that's what he'll have to do, is just run through here and drop an item. So good realization there from Ducker. You know, you wouldn't think that the Snell would be heard, but you never know with the Snell. It's always good to have your instinct hammered on. And you see that, but Pinuer now has the printing crew approaching the school. I'm sure we'll just see an intercom onto Razor now. If he doesn't have the truck keys, could be the pivotal moment between the pair here. And, you know, I talked about it a lot. I talked about it before the spin came, about having them truck keys and it making a difference, and that could prove dividend here. Ducker with a lock on onto the elite guard. Always scary them type of KOs, but it's all fine. It's not side one, isn't heard. All good. We'll do a distraction here onto Klaus, and only Klaus. Nice bit of distraction stuff there. We'll get a chain lure off onto him as well, so we'll have this kill shortly. The printing crew now is found for Pinuer, but of course it is tranked. It's all good, it's all good. We'll make his way into the final part here. We'll jump into the school. Of course, won't be trespassing in this area. I'm not sure about the top floor, but definitely isn't in the bottom floor. And we'll come in here, turn on the intercom. Will he do the distraction onto these guards to make Razor come quicker? No, he won't. He will just wait for Razor to come up. But he's coming up the stairs, Razor is, so, you know, won't be that far away. We'll see him come through. And yeah, the printing crew is trespassing upstairs. Potentially might cause him some issues here. And the good thing about having the coin here is he doesn't have to wait for Razor to bend over and look over the hole in the floor, which is obviously often, of course, if it's any other item, he will see it and not get distracted by it. This is given. So the coin's a nice change here from Pinuer. The Razor, when he's on his map, will walk into the room now. We'll get distraction onto Razor and Razor only. We'll have a pull ball for a quick knockout here, and it does seem close between the pair here. Ducker just needs a printing crew grab. So this is what I mean about the truck keys. It can definitely be close. Ducker is close to finishing. Does have to cross the map once more, but is looking to be in Pinuer's favour at the moment. Is he going to go for the truck keys? Is he? No? Maybe? Perhaps? It'd be interesting if he does. It could be the difference. If he does opt for one, has a trank, could be looking through it here. We'll point his gun through the window. Will he get a trank off? That's the difference here. He's trying to find one, does get it off. We'll climb through now. We'll get the truck keys. Could be close indeed. This could be why Pinuer wins, going for these truck keys. We'll have an exit close by. Won't have to run to main. We'll come out the alleyway now. Pinuer will be finishing first. Ducker a mile away it seems, but you never know with this photo finish. It's doing the same grab as we saw from Pinuer. He will press finish. I'm going to wait out the photo finish window because it could be close, especially with Ducker's longer loads. Definitely does exceed the photo finish window, I would feel like. So I'm just going to wait out ever so slightly here to see what happens. Ducker, though, having to wait for a printing crew here could be the difference, but it does seem to be a GG's from Pinuer. Wow, a Pinuer points from Ducker. We do know Ducker hasn't had time to practice, but even then we shouldn't take that away from Pinuer's performance today. He played ever so well on here. Wow, what a performance there from Pinuer. Just going to wait it out just a little bit here. Pinuer pressing done at 21. What's the time here? Yeah, I will accept the run. The timer has run out, unfortunately for Ducker, but Pinuer, very grand performance there on our maps. You know, he played the safe strat on Sapienza and it paid out. He did win it. Ducker did rip, and very pog from Pinuer there. 4 important points in his hopes to try and do something here in our final games in Group D. Ducker running towards the exit. Now I feel bad because potentially the loads he has might be able to force something here, but Ducker, Pinuer finishing what now? A minute 20 before Ducker. It would only seem fair that Pinuer, who also had his load, we have to take that into account, but Pinuer does win eventually. What a performance that was, and we will see what this does to Group D. An all important group overall. It will load. I have sent the results to challenge. I have pressed the big orange button the admins can't resist. Observer, of course, already qualifying on 28 points. Punk, 6 points behind on 22. 1 game played less as well. Tino on 16 points in that third place spot after 6 games. Ducker only 2 points off Tino though, with 1 less game played. Teenager on 14 points also from 5 games, level with Ducker at the moment. Ashton 1 behind the pair of them, also on 5 games played. Pinuer still with 5 games left on 4 points, potentially 30 points up for grabs here. Could still easily make his way through if he starts winning them games. Plant Speaker on 3 points after 4. Pinuer perhaps going for a rush up to the top here, and I will put out the prediction. My bad, I forgot. Pinuer, wow, like, to beat Ducker is amazing. You know, yes, Ducker unfortunately hasn't had the time to practice like he used to, and it's really sad to see him not be like his former self. You know, especially like as a console player, I loved seeing Ducker play so well. Unfortunately, especially in the recent RRs, he hasn't had much time to practice, and it really shows, unfortunately, in the performances. Like, he tried the quickest start on Sapienza, unfortunately, gun flash, he couldn't get around the door and ripped, and it was good to see him try that stuff. You know, he did take his Paris, he loves his Paris, and it was good to see him win that. Marrakesh, you know, that 1 seek shot potentially costing him, but seemed to have the quickest strat. But yeah, it was really sad to see the Ducker's performance, but we can't take anything away from Pinuer. You know, he played it well on Sapienza and Marrakesh, and really came through, and 4 points will hopefully kickstart something here, and we'll look at our current matches very quickly. We will have Eagle versus Danny Buter at 20 CET. I've claimed my cast on that one, so yeah, you hear my annoying voice, and once more you will. Mika versus Chrome, 2 good games for Group A. Bromwell versus Exotic, the other game tonight. We have games going into tomorrow. Zevin vs Eblamudi, Ashton versus Observer, Miklos versus Story, and GK Punk versus Pinuer. Is anyone live? Is anyone live to have a nice little raidy Rudu? Anyways, I will go back to the Idler. Find someone to raid, and I'll see everyone soon shortly for more Red Rivals World Cup 2022. Bye bye.